My name is Cirene Arias. I studied biology in the University of Seville, and I made my PhD in the plant biology and ecology department, also in Seville. I worked in the bench all those years, including my first postdoc in Portugal, and some time ago I changed the pipettes and Western blots, which I didn't like at all, for coding and plots, and I became a bioinformatician. Happy bioinformatician. So currently I'm a postdoctoral researcher in the stem cell biology and evolution group led by Dr. Jordi Solana at Oxford Brookes University here in Oxford, UK. And in our lab, we use single-cell transcriptomics and planarians that are amazing animals that have large numbers of pluripotent stem cells in their adults that gives them super great, incredible regenerative powers. But I'm also a freelance illustrator, and I help organizations and other scientists to communicate their work using the power of images through videos, graphics, animations, and stuff. And I have had the pleasure to work with a lot of scientists, very diverse, and also I have drawn for some conferences or science communication events like Pint of Science, PubishD, EMBO workshops, and also with some associations in creating awareness of rare diseases, which is a work that I'm very proud of. Luckily, I haven't a big story to tell you about being harassed or being isolated or losing a promotion or not getting a position because of being a woman or because of presenting to my team my wife instead of a husband. But I mean, of course, if you're not getting promoted or a position because you're different or for who you are, probably you wouldn't know, but because no one is going to tell you that, so they find a way. But anyway, I don't think it's my case. I think I'm pretty lucky in that sense. I didn't have to overcome any big deal or I don't have any traumatic experience in that sense. But sometimes it's also about the little things and about the daily things that you experience that make the difference. For example, we have all been in a conference where the panel of experts happen to be all white heterosexual men, or we have all been in a meeting where you can clearly see that a woman makes a question or a conference or a comment to the speaker, and then she's basically unheard, and then 1 minute later a guy makes the same question and suddenly it's a super interesting point that he made, and he creates a huge debate and he's recognized to have a super clever intervention or something like that. These things happen, and it also, for example, it happened to me that being a bioinformatician, sometimes I have said that to someone that doesn't know anything about me, and I have said, "Yeah, what do you do for a living?" I said, "I'm a bioinformatician," and sometimes, I mean, thankfully, it's not most of the times, but there are many times where you get this kind of surprise face because they really are not used to relate a technical or a STEM career with a woman or of course anything related with coding and programming and making your life based in solving problems in front of a computer. And that things really still happen, which is really absurd, but it is. A thing that I like to do when I have the opportunity as an illustrator is to try to use my position creating things that a lot of people will see, is to try to compensate the lack of visibility in some aspects and use my visual work to do that. For instance, if I have to draw a scientist in an illustration, I very surely won't draw the typical image of an old man with beard, white, and being the prototype of scientist that a lot of people still have in their minds. Science is hard enough, and making a career in science is tough enough. So no one should have to have a worst way or to have it more difficult because of who you are. That shouldn't be a thing. It's being a scientist is already a difficult thing to to be. Um, so we should be all weighted with the same scale. One of the things I enjoy the most is being able to, as I said, to put in my work some of not at all hidden messages advocating for diversity and equality. And a big advantage also of my job as illustrator is that I get to work with lots of different interesting and inspiring people from which I learn a lot and give a voice to their stories. I'm always very honored when someone with good ideas and willing to make a difference comes to me to be part of it, and hence it's a big pleasure to me to participate in this WISE meeting, which I think it's going to be great and awesome and very helpful for a lot of people. And I'm willing to know about all your great stories and paths. So thanks to the WISE organizers for this kind invitation. I'm super happy of being part of this great event, and all for you for being there in the other side of the screen. Wish you the best, and see you around.